Hey everyone, thanks for joining. We'll get started maybe in a couple of minutes. Not everyone's turned up just yet, so if you sit tight, we'll get started very shortly. Thank you. Hey everyone, if you just joined, we're just holding fire for a couple of minutes just to allow everyone to join that hasn't joined just yet. So just sit tight, we'll start as soon as possible. Thanks. Hey everyone. Okay, so I think we'll get started now. It's a couple of minutes gone. So thank you very much for registering and watching the first of this Hike webinar series called How to Start Selling SEO. It's a 6-part webinar series, and this first part that we're going to be discussing today is how to build and price an SEO product for your agency. So if SEO is something you're interested or have been interested in delivering for your customers and starting to offer as a product, perhaps people are talking to you about it, perhaps you've noticed that it's starting to gain traction with your customers, and perhaps you think it's just a gap in your current service offering, then this is definitely the webinar for you. Over these 6 parts, you're going to go from having no product to having a completely deliverable product. And maybe even at the end of this webinar, you're going to be in a position where you can start to sell and deliver SEO. Okay, let's get started. So my name's Andy, I'm a co-founder of Hike. So I've been in SEO for 8 years now, so quite a long time. And I've worked in many different agencies. Some dedicated SEO agencies, some more digital marketing agencies, looking after small to medium-sized businesses, looking after large businesses, looking after startups, even blue chip companies. So I've worked for many agencies that help people with SEO. I've looked after hundreds of clients in all different industries. And for each of the agencies I've worked in, I've helped them to develop their SEO product and their sales and development. So I just want to talk to you today about who this webinar is brought to you by. So it's brought to you by Hike. So Hike is the solution for agencies or consultants or freelancers who want to start selling SEO to their customers, existing or new customers. It's essentially an instruction platform that enables anyone to deliver SEO for any website. So whether that's yourself or your colleagues or your junior marketing person or your VA, it don't need any experience to deliver SEO for any client you want to look after. We also have on-demand support and expertise to help you every step of the way if you need our help. Okay, so if you've got any questions, please feel free to post them in the live chat alongside this webinar. You should see the chat bubble on the right. Kieran's going to be manning that one today. So any questions at all as we go along, please do post them in there. But if you have questions afterwards, and also if you want access to the recordings and all the training material, not just from today's webinar, but all the future webinars, then make sure you join our Facebook group called Hike SEO for Agencies. So either go to Facebook and search Hike SEO for Agencies, or you can see the link down there. facebook.com/groups/hike SEO for agencies. That group is going to have all the material that you need. Not only that, we're going to be posting all the webinar content. We're also going to post more information, more training, more material that you can use to develop your SEO product, and also talk with other businesses who are doing the same as you and share tips and tricks. So yeah, do make sure you join that. I'll ask Kieran to add it into the chat box so people can just click through and join that now. Okay, so let's get started. So today, part one of this webinar, let's look at what we're actually going to be discussing. So the first bit, why sell SEO? Now you've all signed up for this webinar, so I'm sure you probably already have a good idea of why selling SEO is important. However, I'm going to run through a few of the main points, so there may be a few benefits you weren't aware of that might just help you to understand maybe the opportunity it can provide for your business. Then we're going to touch upon who should sell SEO. So who's in the perfect position right now to do so? I'm sure many of you fit into those criteria. We'll discuss that. How to build an SEO plan. So based on your different customers, you'll be speaking to different customers of different sizes with different goals. And what you want to do is make sure that you've got a couple of packages under your bag that you can start to sell to them. We're going to talk about how to price those SEO products. So you've got these packages. How are you going to price them? What kind of costs are you going to do? And then finally, how to choose the right package. So you've got these different SEO packages. Which one do you know to sell to which type of client? It's a really important question. It comes down to different variables, but that's going to be really key. It's how to choose the right package. So we're going to go through all of that during today. And then finally, maybe, just maybe, there'll be a special webinar offer at the end. I can't confirm nor deny. Make of that what you will. But yeah, there might be a special offer at the end. Okay, great stuff. So I'm going to move on to the first section. Why sell SEO? So why bother, right? I'm sure you guys already have, a successful business. You're in a position where you're an expert in a certain area, and you might be going, okay, well, why do I need to start selling SEO? Now, there's obviously a desire because you signed up for this webinar, but let's have a look at some of the main reasons why people decide to sell and deliver SEO. So the first, it's a retainer model, right? The great thing about SEO from an agency point of view is that it's best sold as a recurring monthly retainer. And really this is how Google works. In order to drive your clients' websites up the Google search rankings, you need to show consistent improvements month after month. You can't rank after month one. So in order for you to deliver the best service for your clients, you need to be improving their SEO month after month. And that fits really nicely with a retainer model. So you're going to be generating consistent, recurring revenue. It's going to help you win new business. There are going to be opportunities now where you're going to speak to clients, and not only are you're going to be able to say, I deliver SEO when they ask, but you're going to be able to say, even if they don't ask, alongside these other services, I can also help drive free organic traffic to your website. So that's going to enable you to win more business. Client conversations. It's going to enable you to have conversations with your existing customers. It gives you reason to speak to them again. Rekindle those old relationships and go, look, there's this new service I think it's going to be perfect for you. Maybe I built your website, a couple of years ago, or I've been doing your PPC. But what I can offer you now is this ability to drive traffic from an organic point of view, which is going to help you lower your cost per acquisition, help drive increased traffic to your website. Improve retention. Really, really important for agencies, right? Essentially, the better service you can provide, the more holistic service covering all the different disciplines of digital marketing, for example, the better your client stickiness is going to be. They're not going to need to go elsewhere, which leads on to reduced competitor risk. So if you can provide a better solution to your competition, then not only are you going to be able to retain your existing customers, but you're going to be able to sell to more customers. What you don't want is the chance that they're going to go elsewhere because you can't provide SEO. Maybe you can build a website, maybe you can manage their social, their PPC. But if you're not able to manage their SEO, which is such an important part of the digital marketing mix, they're going to go elsewhere for it. If they go elsewhere for it, that other agency or freelancer or consultant might be able to provide some of the services you can. So by being able to offer SEO as well as a service, you're reducing that risk that your customers are going to go to competitors. So what's not to love, right? There's a huge opportunity for delivering SEO. So That leads me on to the next part. So who should sell SEO? Really important, right? Who do you think it is? Well, basically, we think anyone can sell and should sell SEO. Anyone who's willing to do it right. Anyone who's willing to what we might call white hat SEO. So do the kind of SEO that's going to give the clients long-term success. Those kind of companies who want to deliver a great service, manage their expectations, build a relationship with their customers. They're the kind of people that, as long as you've got the desire to deliver SEO, then anyone can do that. SEO isn't rocket science. This is something that we really try to push at Hike SEO. It's one of our big missions is to demystify SEO. A lot of people think, you have to be, incredibly technical or really, really good with data and analysis and insights and just all these different areas that you don't have to be. You don't need a PhD to do SEO. As long as you're keen, as long as you want to learn, and as long as you can use Hike SEO, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be able to deliver SEO to a high standard for your clients. So talk of black magic and dark arts is outdated. You may have already come across this with some of your clients. They may say, and you may even feel this yourself, right? Which is SEO, I don't really know what's going on. It's, you're tricking Google. It's black magic. It's a dark art. We don't really can't ask questions. And to be honest, I think the SEO industry perhaps played upon that for many years of but overplaying what SEO was and not being very transparent in the methods that it takes to require to get a website to the top. But that is just not the case anymore. We're trying to demystify it and show people exactly what's required, because really SEO is process and data driven. Okay, it's not black magic or a dark art. You're taking the data and you're applying it and you're creating actions based on that. And that's exactly where Hike helps, right? You don't need to be an expert, because what it does is it takes that data and it creates those actions. But ultimately, that's all SEO is. It's process and it's data driven, which is key. And that's why anyone can learn it. And that's why anyone can deliver it and start providing that service for their clients. But not all businesses know that. And that's exactly why you have an opportunity, because you now have the ability to be able to deliver this for your customers, because it's important. It's such a huge part. It still drives over half of all traffic on the internet. So if your clients want to drive as much traffic as possible and you want to help them to grow, it's such an important part of the mix. So, are you a digital agency or a freelancer or a consultant? You're already competent working within the digital industry, right? You're already able to sell, deliver, to provide digital services, whether it's building a website, whether it's running other digital marketing campaigns, PPC, paid, organic, whatever it is, you know how that works, then you're in a great position to start selling SEO to your existing clients and to new clients moving forwards. Do you have an existing client base? If you're already selling digital projects to your clients, then this is a great upsell. You may find that your clients are more and more asking you about SEO. Even though SEO has been around for a while, it's still a relatively young discipline. And more businesses are becoming more aware of the importance of Google as it just continues to grow in size. You really want to start capitalizing on this and providing them this service so they don't go to someone else who's going to give them a really bad service. They already trust you. If you've got that existing client base, then you can upsell to them and provide SEO as well. Do you want improved cash flow? Now, we talked about this previously, but SEO is great for a retainer model. If you're currently working on an hourly rate or project type pricing structures where you deliver something and you get paid for that, it's fantastic, but it's not so great for your ongoing cash flow. What's brilliant about SEO is that you sell it on a retainer basis. That's the best way to deliver the best service, because you need to show improvements over time to Google. So this is going to enable you to bring in that consistent cash flow into your business. Have you got a retainer model already? So obviously this isn't required, but some people are already selling their digital services on a retainer model. Maybe it's PPC services or social media marketing. Maybe you're selling websites on a retainer. If so, then this is a very easy upsell for you guys. But even if you're not, you can learn to do this. Okay, and what we're going to go through in a minute is going to make it even easier for you to convince your clients to show them that you know exactly what you're doing and that your plan is going to help them achieve their goals. Okay, so who can do it? You can do it. Right, a little bit cheesy, but there's good meaning behind it. So now let's talk about building an SEO product. So to deliver an SEO campaign, you need to break it down into its different parts. This is similar to any other service that you provide. There are different elements that make up the entire mix, and you need to be able to deliver each one of those. So I like to think of the SEO mix as almost like an ingredient list, like you're baking a cake. Now there are 7 key categories. We have strategy, we have on-site, we've got technical, we've got content, we've got backlinks, we've got local, and we've got reporting. Now, individually, none of those are going to enable you to rank in Google. Collectively, they are, but remove one of them, you're making your life extremely difficult, if not impossible. So you need all of them. So you need to make sure that whatever SEO that you're delivering contains parts of each of those. So this might be the face that you're putting right now going, Andy, that's a lot that I need to learn. That's too difficult. I'm not going to be able to learn. I'm not going to be able to deliver that or sell that. However, do not feel overwhelmed. We've got you covered, all right? Here we go. Sorry, slides are being a bit slow there. So it may feel complicated. Look at that. You may think that's too much for me, but it's really, really not. It isn't. So I'm going to show you now 2 example SEO products that you can sell to your customers based on the size of campaign that you can sell. And we're going to break this down and we're going to make it really, really simple. So let's get started. Close that one down. Just wait for this to load. Okay, so this is a document that I've created called example SEO packages. Now this is going to be available in the Facebook group that was shared earlier. Same with all of the recordings for these webinars. So do make sure that you join that group, Hike SEO for Agencies. We're going to share this. You can be able to make copies of these, amend it, share it with your clients, use it internally. Any way that you need to use this to help you is absolutely for you to use. We created this for our customers. So you can see down here, I've created 2 example SEO packages. We have a 10-hour SEO package and we have a 5-hour SEO package. So really nice, simple to understand. And it gives you a nice base now for reaching out to customers and starting to get their appetite for what they need. After I've run through this, I'm also then going to talk about pricing and how you can decide which package to give which customer, right? You want to make sure that you're selling the right package, not only so they're getting value for money, but so you are too, and also you're giving them the best opportunity to perform. So it's really important. So we're going to go through that at the end of this webinar as well. Okay, great. So you'll see in this first column, we have our 7 key ingredients that I mentioned before. So we have strategy, we have on-site, we have technical, we have content, we have backlinks, we have local, and we have reporting. Now, on their own, they don't really mean much, but they have individual deliverables within them which make up the whole. So, for example, within strategy, we have keyword research and selection. Really, really important for building an SEO strategy, right? You want to make sure that you've chose the right keywords that are the most relevant for that customer and the most attainable. When website landing page alignment, you want to make sure that you're building the right keywords, but not only that, you're building out the right website structure to give those keywords the best possible chance for ranking at the top of Google. Content marketing, research and plan. So are you writing about the most important content topics that are not only going to drive traffic, but they're going to support your existing keywords? Competitor analysis. So are you reviewing your competitors for learnings? You know, what are they ranking for? What are they optimizing? How are they optimizing? These are the sorts of golden nuggets that you can apply to your own SEO and improve upon. And PR link building, research and selection. All of this goes into your SEO strategy. Now, you'll see in month 1, wherever it's color coded green, that's when you have to enact that action. And the number tells you how many hours. So altogether, to do the strategy is going to take you 4 hours. Now, what I'm going to say right now is, all of these deliverables here that make up this entire SEO campaign for 10 hours and 5 hours, and if you build one out to be 20 hours or even bigger, can all be achieved by using the Hike SEO product. Now, when you sign up to Hike and you add a client's website, you'll have 3 choices. You'll have Hike Local, you'll have Hike SEO and Hike Pro. Now, in order to deliver everything that's within these packages, all you need is Hike SEO. Hike Local will enable you to do all these Hike Local actions down here in deliverables. But you're probably going to want to optimize your clients' websites as well as their Google My Business listings. So that's what this package is going to do. So all you need is the Hike SEO product for that, and you can deliver all of this. Now, as you move along, you'll see that you can see what's highlighted in green is when you're going to repeat these actions. So you've got the strategy in month 1. You're going to repeat that quarterly to make sure that you're updating the strategy. Are you still targeting the right keywords? Are you still talking about the right content? Are you still reviewing the right competitors? Are you still making learnings? Are you still trying to build links from the right topics? We can help with this. One of the big things that our agency customers love is for us to set up that first strategy in month 1, just so then they're really confident that everything else is going to fall in place from that point onwards. Now, moving down, you can have on-site changes. So metadata changes, heading changes, copy and content changes. They're not going to kick in until month 2 because you need to build the SEO strategy first, right? Technical, really, really important. You want to make sure that there's nothing holding back Google from crawling your site, indexing it, and ranking it as high as possible. So this is going to consist of issues like HTTP, HTTPS, 404 pages, canonical issues, no index, all of those that are more fundamentals to do with the website. You're going to want to manage that ongoing, because even if you get things fixed to a certain level, you can guarantee that clients with their own websites, they're always going to make changes, and they're going to spring out of the blue, and they're not going to tell you, and they're going to cause some SEO issues. So Hike will always update you on that. So you always want to make sure that you've got an allocation of your resource every month to managing those. You've got content, so creating different pieces of content to go either on the websites, website pages, blogs, on Google My Business, and again, not going to kick in until month 2 onwards. Then we've got backlink building, which consists of all the different areas that you can build backlinks, whether through PR, whether through your competitors' backlinks, or even auditing your existing backlinks to make sure there's nothing there that could be hindering their SEO. You've got your local, which is your Google My Business listing optimization. So really, really important that that's factored into their SEO, as that's going to help them within the map pack rankings. So obviously when you search in Google, especially for customers that operate locally within specific radiuses, towns, cities, a lot of the time the map pack will rank as the top 3 results for a keyword. So if I search plumber London, chances are the first 3 results is going to be a little Google map pack, and there's going to be 3 businesses in there. You want to make sure that you're helping your client get into there as much as you're helping them to get into the 10 organic listings below. Okay, and then next up you've got monthly reporting. What you'll see down here is you'll see the number of hours that are assigned for each month. So in month 1, you're doing 10 hours. In month 2, 10 hours. Sometimes it increases, sometimes it reduces. But over 12 months, it averages out to 10 hours. And this is really great, not just for you to help you manage your own actions, your own resource, but also to share with your clients. Clients love to see an in-depth roadmap that's been well thought out, and it gets their buy-in over a long time, which is really important for SEO because they're not going to see a return on investment straight away. So this is the 10-hour package. I won't go through the 5-hour package. It's very similar. It's just trimmed down to the key parts for a 5-hour package. So let's go back to the presentation, because what we want to go through now is a little bit more. But just to reiterate, the Hike SEO package product will enable you to complete all of those tasks, all those deliverables you can do using Hike SEO. And Hike SEO is going to help you complete them via our personalized step-by-step instruction platform. And also, you can use our own on-demand services if you don't have the time. So it's completely on-demand and completely flexible. If you need us to build a strategy, we can build a strategy. If you need us to complete actions for a particular month, we can do that. If you need us to complete the actions ongoing for a client, absolutely we can help you there. So just let us know how we can help. So number 4, pricing your SEO plan. So you've got 2 SEO products you can now sell. How much should you price them for, right? This is something that people find a bit tricky if they've not done SEO before. Completely understand. So I'm going to try and break it down for you. Don't price based on results. This isn't going to lead to great customer expectations, as this meme shows, right? So if you can, I've heard this before from clients. If you could get us to the top of Google over the weekend, then that's great. Then we can tackle another keyword. It's not going to lead to a healthy client relationship. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be improving their SEO over time. Certain keywords might fluctuate, they might go up and down. There may be other keywords that you help rank for that wasn't even part of the original ones that they wanted to target, and you're going to be doing the best practices to improve. Don't base it on results. Base it on your time. Really, really important.
Now, there are rules of thumb for SEO performance timescales, e.g. you've got a brand new website in this, with this amount of difficulty they're going for, this type of client is going to take 3 to 6 months, it can take 6 to 9 months, it can take 12 months plus. Now, we're going to go through that at a later webinar, so hold fire on that for the moment. This is a question you might be asking, saying, Andy, still, how much should I charge? Now, based on a really big study done amongst SEO professionals last year, the results of that study showed that the most common hourly rate for SEO agencies is $100 to $150 per hour. So this is a really nice benchmark for you. It might be the case that now you know what your competitors are charging, that you're like, well, I can charge less or I can charge the same, or maybe I'm going to charge more because I'm going to provide an even better service than they are. But at least now you know where that average sticks. Okay, so now let's think about which package you should offer to which clients based on their business. So there were 2 packages that we've discussed. There's the 5-hour package and then there's the 10-hour package. Now, what type of SEO are they relevant for? So the 5-hour package is for local SEO. So like I mentioned before, these are for businesses who operate within a specific radius, maybe specific towns, cities, states, suburbs. They don't want to appear across an entire country. For those, they can fit into the 5-hour package. If it's a 10-hour package, that's only going to be for national. So if it's a national campaign, they want to appear across the entire country. You don't want to do it on a 5-hour package. You want to do that on a 10-hour package. And potentially local campaigns on a 10-hour package as well, based on their size. So what other considerations do you want to take into? Do you want to look at apart from just the type of SEO? Well, the number of keywords. Now, when I say keywords, what I'm really referring to are the number of products or services that they offer. If they're a very small business and they only offer a couple of services, then there's not going to be a huge amount of keywords they want to go for. If they offer a lot of services, then they're going to want to rank for each one of those services, each one of those products. That's going to be a lot of keywords. So as a general rule of thumb, if it's less than 10 keywords, then you can, and it's local, you can still fit in the 5-hour package. If it's greater than 10 keywords, you want to be going for the 10-hour package because you're going to need that extra time and budget in order to help them rank. But then we need to think about search volume, right? Because imagine a client, okay, they've got less than 10 keywords, but all those keywords are really, really competitive and got huge search volumes. You want to make sure you've got the time to rank for those. So as a guide, if across all of their keywords, the search volume is less than 1,000, which is going to happen a lot for small local businesses, such as plumbers, maybe in small towns or small cities, then they can still, the 5 hours will be sufficient to help them rank. However, if the combined search volume across all of their keywords is over 1,000, you're going to need the time required. It's going to be more competitive. There's going to be more work. You're going to need to create more content, do more link building. In that case, you want to go for the 10-hour package. So just to reiterate, even if you're a local client, if you've got more than 10 keywords or your keywords altogether add up to more than 1,000 search volume, go for the 10-hour package because that's what you're going to need to be able to deliver a successful SEO campaign. And just the final bit to note, when I talk about search volume, I mean the search volume across generic keywords, not branded keywords. So what I mean by that is a generic keyword is a keyword that doesn't include the company name. So for Hike, a generic keyword would be SEO software or SEO platform. However, a branded or a semi-branded keyword would be Hike SEO or Hike SEO platform. Base the search volume figures here for determining what package on just generic keywords only. So that's the end of the webinar. I hope you found it very helpful. We have got a special offer, so if you guessed there was going to be one, then well done. What we'd like to offer for either new or existing customers who have joined this webinar series is 50% off the next website that you add into Hike. And that 50% will be for lifetime for that same website. If you're interested, simply add that client into Hike as normal, and then drop us an email or live chat and just let us know, say, hey Andy, hey guys, I want to take advantage of your webinar offer, 50% off, and then we'll sort out the subscription for you and make sure you get 50% off for lifetime for that website. Also, as I mentioned before, make sure that you join our Facebook group, Hike SEO for Agencies. We're going to be sharing all of the relevant information, all the relevant resources. We can discuss, we can help you with any questions you've got, to make sure that this new product you're going to be selling and delivering is going to be an absolute success for your business. So I'd like to say thank you very much. Keep an eye out for the next webinars. We'll keep you updated. And if you've got any questions, fire them over and good luck. Thank you.